and welcome to Talking Music series. And my guest today is Daniela Bernal Viña. And Daniela is a phenomenal saxophone player, guitarist, singer, composer, and of course, founder of the band Anna Ba. And I have to say that I'm a really big fan of Daniela because she plays really interesting lines and really fresh to me, unusual lines. That's what I like about music. And also, she's been featured. She recorded a few songs on my new album called Vintage Concept. So go check it out after this stream. Okay, hello, Daniela. How are you today?
Hi everyone, I'm fine. I'm on holiday, so I'm relaxed too.
Okay, yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay, so the topic that I want to talk about with you is generally speaking is music education, but I want to start with just your experience, and the first question is just tell us your story. How long have you been a musician and why did you decide to become a professional musician, first of all?
Yeah, so I'm musician and since I was a little girl, I love sounds and music, and my parents saw that, so they always helped me to be near the music. And then when I have I don't know, 10 years old, I began to play saxophone at the school. And then also, when I was like 16 years old, I loved rock and roll, so I want to play the guitar, and I began to play
Oh.
guitar. But also, the whole life, I sing in the chorus or something. So it's like I was always familiar with music and playing bands. Since I was young, I remember that every year I make a concert because in my school we can make concerts with the groups. And yeah, I want to be a professional musician because in my country it's like that we have the when we have the opportunity to study, it's like you go to university before the school. So I always knew that I want to become a professional musician.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Danielle is from Colombia, by the way, for those who
Yeah.
don't know where she is now. Yeah. So, and you are you studying right now, right, at
Yeah.
university?
I'm
Okay, so
studying.
that was the next question about formal education. So, what do you think about this music education? Does it help you, and is it important to be a musician to have this formal music education? What do you think?
I think that it's very cool to have this education because you can expand your ideas and your concept. But to be a musician, I don't think that you need to study like professional. I think that is something like for your life, for what do you want to do. So, uh, for example, are people that are play traditional music and they never have music education. They don't know like formal notes and
Mhm,
what about that, but they have his own language, like to
mhm.
transmit the music, and there are amazing, but they can't play, for example, other things like a professional musician can make. They and they don't need to do that because they love to play his own music, and that's it. So I think that uh, we like the people that study music is more like I always say that we are like scientifics because
Scientist, yeah.
yeah, scientists, because we are I don't know,
So you kind of do
like
research. Yeah, I know what you're talking
decorate
about.
the notes, and to make like experiments with music, and also play different, for example, different music genres or something. Yeah.
So do you think that formal music education can actually get in the way with creativity? Like you said, because when you know what to play, when you can read
Mm,
notes, when you can read music and understand all these music things,
yeah. So
does it help you for your creativity? Does it help you to be creative?
I think that creativity came from other side. It's like uh, more for life. If you study, you are like focused in one way. Like this is the way, and you can be creative in this way if you have
Mhm,
ideas or for that. But
mhm,
if you don't if you aren't creativity, so you can create something. It's like other thing. I think that the education when I became when I have more meaning of music, I can make more ideas, for example. But
mhm.
that is other way for the creativity. It's other
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, I totally understand it. And by the way, before this session, we were chatting with Daniela maybe a week ago, right? And we talked about
Yeah,
your approaches, how you approach is practicing, how you approach practicing music, and it's really interesting if you can tell a little bit about it as well. And remember, we talked about like a deliberate practice when you have some goals for practicing
yeah,
music,
yeah.
or
So I love the improvisation. I think that improvisation is the most important thing to learn because it's both things. Like you can be creative and also you can learn the instrument. So I normally when I practice my instrument, like saxophone, because that is the instrument that I study. I really
mhm.
study like professional.
Like
So I
scientist, yeah, like this.
like scientist. So when I study this instrument, I normally play with notes and improvisation. Like if I want to do a scale, so I always practice improvising, like making plays, creative
Mhm,
plays that I made. Yeah,
mhm, mhm.
and for
So
example,
you okay? Yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
no, no, no. Tell me.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to ask you. I mean, could you give some examples? So instead of, as far as I understood, instead of playing scales just up and down, you can just play the backing track, for example, and play something as improvisation using this scale. Am I right to understand that?
Yeah, yeah. So it's like let it ride, just let it ride. Like in your mind, have it and let it ride to play it
Mhm,
because normally, um, when you learned to play a specific song, it's like you are playing the music for someone else.
mhm,
And when we talk about that, it's like when you say that to your student, for example. So we go improvise, and they are like, "Oh no, I can't improvise. I knew the song of Pink Floyd. I knew I don't know, a jazz standard or something, but I can't improvise." So it's like when you study improvisation or improvising, it's like you have all in your mind, all in your body, or here. So the music is, yeah, there. I think that.
So it's really important not just playing music or read music or just learn songs, but being able to improvise is very important for musicians. That's what
Yeah.
I understand. Okay, cool. So let's move on and let's talk a little bit about your projects. So if you can tell us a little bit about your Enaba. project, which is really interesting. Like I
Okay.
said, when I first time heard this single, that's out now on Spotify, right? There, so go check it
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Don't forget to check it out. So tell us a little bit
That's
about it.
crazy.
Um,
So I
so first of all, yeah, what style of music is it, or maybe you didn't think about style of music,
um
and yeah, what's the idea of the
okay.
project? Yeah.
Okay, the idea of the project I don't really know because when I began to play this music and compose, it was like my creative side. It's like I was studying saxophone at the university, but I love to play guitar by myself,
Hmm.
and it was like, yeah, my home. Like I want to play guitar, and yeah, I compose the music, but I don't really care what are the notes, what are the scales, what are the time. It's like just the intuition,
Hmm.
uh, yeah, to compose something. The real connection to the music is intuition. So
That's cool.
I
That's
was
cool. So
playing,
guitar, yeah. So
yeah,
as
I
far as
was playing guitar.
yeah, the saxophone is like scientific instrument for you, but guitar is totally different. So you've
Yeah,
never
it's
learned the guitar formally, right? You
yeah,
just
I
play what
never.
you hear because this instrument is totally different compared to saxophone, right? Which is
Yeah,
really
so
interesting.
in the process of learning music, I think that the most important thing is to hear something. So when I play guitar, I just hear the music, but I don't really care which notes I am doing or something. And
Hmm.
also, it was cool for me because I love to sing too. And when I play guitar, I can sing. So not with the saxophone. It's like
Oh yeah, yeah. Because saxophone is
so.
not a harmonic instrument; it's melodic. You can only play
Yeah,
melodies
so
there.
I can play and sing together. So with the guitar, I can do that. So I compose this music for experience that I have in my life, for ideas and memories, and yeah, and also because I was sharing time with other musicians, and he gives me many ideas, like, and I compose that, and so then I decide to tell them I want to play this music.
Hmm.
So we just played, and
Hmm.
then we have this band together, and we make, yeah, the music together. It's like I compose something, but I always think that um, the creation is like to play it all together.
Hmm.
It's like
Yeah, yeah, like
everyone
collective.
has his own sound, and it's
Hmm.
the most important thing is that it's like I want to play with this bassist or this guitarist or this um, yeah,
Hmm. Yeah,
musician because of how they play, and
mhm,
then yeah, we make the music and play in venues in our country. Yeah,
mhm. That's cool. So you're saying that you write music, you're a composer. How do you usually write songs? Do you get together with your band members and you write songs together collectively, or you just bring the
no,
ideas? And you
I
say
bring the
so.
ideas.
So you're a bass player, you have to play this, and drummer, you need to play dun 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 dun,
Yeah,
or what?
it's like I have the idea, like, okay, this is the music form that I have in my head. So I play it in the guitar and sing, and so, and say, for example, the music is very progressive, also ANAVA is progressive, so
Mm-hmm.
the metrics are irregular,
Mm-hmm.
and we yeah, we began to play that, and if someone had an idea, we make that this idea came into the sound, and yeah, it's like all collective. Yeah.
So that means that you said it's you still have the genre that you kind of into, right? It's progressive music, right? Kind of progressive rock
Yeah,
or.
it's like progressive rock, but
Mhm.
also like psychedelic, I think, because
Mhm.
it's chilled out too. I don't know.
Okay. Mhm. Okay.
Genres
Do you
are
improvise
difficult.
there? Do you leave parts for improvisation in your
Yeah,
music
for
there?
sure.
Because
There is
I'm asking
parts for
because a lot of
improvisation.
progressive bands I know, they just learned everything, and it doesn't matter if you listen to
Yeah.
their recordings
Mm,
or you go
that's why
seeing them
many
live.
people say that, yeah, that there is no single light. When you play a solo or something, is always different because
Totally
are so
improvised.
different. Yeah, improvised because
That's cool.
that
That's cool.
came from
What's your yeah,
also
go ahead, go
jazz,
ahead.
and
Mm-hmm.
I have learned jazz too, so
Oh yeah,
I
actually,
like
I
to.
watch. Like I said, I've been following Daniela since I met her in New York last year. Right? It's been a year already. Yeah, last Christmas,
Yeah,
2018. And so she plays jazz as well, not only her own projects, but I liked your covers of different solos, transcriptions and stuff like that. So go check out your Instagram, like I said. So your Instagram, by the way, is at _Anna_ba. Is that
yeah.
right? Okay, so go there, check it out. By the way, I want to ask again about your band. What's your lineup there? How many people in a band there?
So actually, we are four
Hmm.
people, but I have more ideas for this year, so we will see what happens.
Hmm. Yeah, that was my next question. What are your plans for 2020? What are you gonna do? If it's not a
So
secret, of
this,
course.
yeah, yeah. No, it's not a secret. I hope. I don't know. We don't know about the future, but I hope that I can record more music, like, and also to, yeah, to send it in the, because we all have already an album, so we want to share the music with people
Hmm.
too. So that's it. And also, if I can play in the festivals or something, yeah. But this year is like for composition and recording, I think.
Okay, okay. So I mean, probably everything, live performances as well as new recordings, making new records, right?
Yeah, I'll make records.
Okay. By the way, are you an independent artist or you're signed with a label? Do you have a
No, I'm
kind of
independent.
okay?
Independent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
always. I've been always
because of
asking all
the.
musicians. So it turns out that a lot of musicians these days go independent. I mean, they produce everything independently. So,
Yeah.
which is really interesting as well. All right. Yeah. Another question. I wrote down a few questions, and another thing that I was interested in is, so you play two different instruments and you sing, but what actually you prefer the most? I mean, for example, I can also play bass guitar and I can play drums a little bit and keyboard, piano, but of course, guitar, like you said, is my home. I always wanna play the guitar,
Yeah,
even if
yeah,
I need to play bass sometimes, for records. So I teach some bass guitar as well as the regular guitar, But still, guitar is my favorite instrument. How about you?
yeah. So I don't really have a preferred instrument of these three, like sing and guitar and saxophone. I think that all give me something that the other one can give me, and
Hmm.
it don't care if I play more saxophone one day and other day I play more guitar or other day I sing I think that all are very special for me because I can have the music in different forms, you know. So
Hmm.
the instrument that obviously I play most is saxophone because I study that. It's like my career, and I need to practice every day to. But when
Hmm.
I practice, for example, saxophone, and then I go to the guitar, so I knew that I have more things that I haven't before, and it don't care that I play guitar in different forms. And when I play guitar, for example, I discover many things that I was searching in playing saxophone, but I can understand only after I play guitar. You know,
Hmm.
so
Oh yeah,
it's
yeah.
like for me, it's all very important. I the favorite are the three instruments. Yeah,
Okay, it's hard to pick anything. And what about singing? You said you've been singing since childhood, right? And
yeah,
so, I mean, did you study singing somehow, or it's like natural to you? You
yeah.
just didn't do
I
anything.
have I have studied in time with, yeah, but I don't really have so many time to do everything, you know. So I I love to practice for my own and also to discover my voice because I think that when you have the knowledge in one, like in the saxophone, so I have the knowledge also to do that in singing. And I practice, and also, for example, I have another project that is dot drama. I don't know if you have see that. I the thing that I make that is only sing, and
Hmm.
that was like my the discovery of my voice and what
Hmm.
you know
Okay,
that I like, and
yeah, yeah.
so
So
yeah.
this dot drummer, you said, is it? Are you a founder of that project as well, or is just a side project for you? Are you a
No, it's also, but it's different. You know, I have like two different ways, and then it's like most electronic,
mm-hmm.
and I play other things. Yeah, it's like new project too. So
Hmm.
are
Important?
planned.
Okay, okay, let's put it like this. How many projects do you have now? Are you involved in?
No,
How many projects?
in this moment, I only have these two, like mine,
Okay.
my projects. Yeah,
Hmm.
and also I
Okay,
make
so probably I need
improvisation.
to write this link in the description as well afterward. So if you
Yeah,
wanna check out this dot drama, what's the where do we go on Instagram, right? Could you tell us?
yeah, in
Could you tell
Instagram,
everybody
and
where to go?
also you can found, yeah, in Instagram you can find it like dot
Mhm.
drama, like
Okay, I
in
got it.
words,
Like
and real dot
DOT dot
dot
DRAMA, right?
yeah.
Okay, that's cool. All
So
right. So yeah, that's very interesting. I need to check. Yeah, I remember something about this dot drum, but I thought it's kind of your side project and wasn't really
yeah, yeah, it's very
listening too much.
different. It's very
Okay.
different, but you can also
Okay.
find it in Spotify and something. Yeah,
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Yeah, I'll definitely do it. And everybody, yeah, I encourage everybody listen to go check it out. Okay, so another question again about writing songs. So I usually ask people what comes first, lyrics or maybe harmony or melody. How do you usually write songs? What's the
yeah,
process of it?
that came with the type of music because normally I love to compose like intuition. You know, it's like, oh, I have this idea in my mind, and then for example, I wrote like notes and ideas or like poems, for example, and
Hmm.
then I think, okay, I play the guitar, and then I think, oh, okay, that could be together. So let's make a song there. Or, but I also compose um, like regular to do. Okay, how can I do that? For example, an idea that I have, how can I transmit with the music? So I wrote it, a melody, or for example, I play a harmony, and I think,
Mhm,
oh, that could be a song, you know?
mhm,
So
mhm.
I just
Like
let it
in a
write the idea,
harmony,
you know?
like in harmony class, you write melody, and then you need to come up with a chord progression in that key, probably, like scientific
Yeah,
way.
yeah, scientific way. It's like you
Yeah.
can make that better or no. Or for
Mhm, mhm,
example, I compose a song, and then I think, okay, but it could be a second voice, or it could be another brass instrument. So
mhm,
that is like composed like, okay, which note go with the other one, or what kind of sound I would to make that. Also, it's like make an arrangement
mhm, mhm,
like of the song. But also, I love to compose like my ideas because um, yeah, intuition is the real connection that you can have with the music. It's like the baby that you have there with
mhm.
music, you know.
Yeah, yeah, totally understand. How do you find inspiration for writing songs? I mean, is there? I mean,
Life.
what inspires you?
I think life, just life,
Life.
because yeah, it's life. Experiences, ideas, like reading, for example. I love to read, um,
Mhm,
and also, yeah, experience. For example, investigation. I love philosophy, so I can find many ideas there. Um, Share with other people is also inspiration, you know, that you can have it. But if you are bored, you can always think about something and make a song about that, you know.
oh
So I think
yeah.
that it's just life. It's just life,
So everything,
life
everything, right?
experience. Yeah.
Everything works. Okay. Do you write lyrics in Spanish or English language as well, or maybe Russian?
Yeah. No, Russian, no. I don't know Russian. Not
Yeah, it's pretty
yet.
rare.
But so Anaba
Mhm,
is only with lyrics in Spanish
mhm,
because I want that it's Spanish. Um, is my native language, so I think
mhm,
that's cool there. And yeah, for the drama is different because also the first impression that I have with this music was like in English.
mhm,
So I wrote in English, but
mhm,
also I think that this type of music is like you can say something or say nothing, you know, with the
mhm,
lyrics.
mhm,
So the new album that we want to make is in Spanish, and also we are thinking about German, that is other language that I knew, or
mhm,
only like search words in other languages because
mhm, mhm.
yeah, it's like you must hear it, but the lyrics are very different. So I think, for
Okay.
example, that with Anaba, it's like I want to express something with this. It's very poetic. Like the
Mhm,
lyrics
mhm,
for Anaba are very poetic, and
mhm.
for the other ones are different. You know,
Mhm,
are
mhm.
like
So,
more
yeah,
something
Anna
concrete,
Bar.
or I don't know.
Yeah, sorry for interruption. There is a small
No,
delay
no, no
here,
problem.
between because we are online
Yeah,
and
we are.
talking.
Yeah,
So,
no problem.
Anna Bar is mostly like a singer-songwriter, progressive style, right? I mean, kind of about it. So you write songs in
I don't know.
more. in a more traditional fashion, probably, which is actually not. That's what I like about it. It's not like a standard singing, songwriting stuff. You know what I mean? But that drama is more about arrangements, right? So different sound
Yeah,
clouds
it's like
there, clusters of sound.
yeah, we are like we are live, but
Mhm,
my friend he had like synthesizers, and then we make
mhm,
the music there with the synthesizers. So we
mhm, mhm,
explore another sounds like more electric, and yeah,
That's cool.
it's
Okay,
different. It's
so
different.
all right, another question. What do you think is the most challenging for you, in particular, to be a musician in Colombia?
So, but like, mm, I don't know.
What
What do you mean with that?
I mean, I mean,
Mm, I am
what's
like
the hardest part?
professional. Like, what
Yeah,
if I have work here in Colombia, or what do you think? What do
um,
you
yeah, maybe
think?
like being a professional. What do you think is the hardest part to be a professional musician in Colombia for you? How do you usually feel it from your perspective? Or it's just so easy and everybody should
No,
go to
no. So
musician?
no, it's not easy. It's not easy. So it's very difficult to become a professional musician, and also because I don't think that when you have like the title, I don't think that is like, okay, you are a musician now. You know,
Hmm.
like
Okay.
that's for me not. It's like you are being in construction the whole life. You can
Hmm.
learn the whole life. So I think that that's the most difficult part, to find is what kind of musician you want to become or you want to do. That's
Hmm.
like difficult because it's very personal. I think, it's like everyone search other ways. They
Hmm.
are looking for other things. I don't know. So, and also there isn't no one that can just say to you like, okay, you are a good musician now, or okay, you are not a really good musician. It's like
Hmm.
very particular. So I think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it's very personal. That's the most difficult. Like, I think that to find why um, do you want to be a musician, for example, and
Hmm.
what do you want to do with that? That is the difficult group.
Hmm.
The
That's a
difficult part.
philosophical question, I think. Very
Yeah.
philosophical. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, I think the one question for guitars, because my channel is mostly dedicated to guitars, and
Yeah, you're
guitarists.
a guitarist, so
Yeah, yeah. So, and I really like. I should say that Daniela's guitar sound is unusual, but it's so tasty. So tell us about it. Tell us about your rig,
yeah.
guitar rig.
It's very particular. That is also crazy for me because I am like um, saxophonist. Yeah, but so I love to play my guitar. Yeah, my guitar is a Fender Squier, so it's not the best guitar in the world, but for me,
But
yeah.
it sounds great. I mean, who cares
Yeah.
if it sounds good? It's good.
Yeah. So, but what do you mean? So,
I mean, do you prefer any specific amplifiers, or you just don't care whatever the club has there?
mm, yeah. So I prefer, if I can choose, I prefer one or other one. Um, it's like, yeah, it's difficult because I also think that you must sound good, or like you want.
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. It's like
Mm-hmm.
if you have the worst amplifier you
Yeah.
can. So if you are there and you
Mm-hmm.
must play for someone, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what do I need to do to
Mm-hmm.
play to sound like I want to sound? It's the same with the saxophone, I think. Or
Mm-hmm.
for example, I look at the space, like the room, and also to hear, okay, I need to play like this, you know, to
Mm-hmm.
sound like I want. It's very difficult, but yeah, I don't really care. Like this is my best, my
Yeah.
favorite. Yeah, I don't care.
Okay, so no matter what amplifier is in a club or any venue, you
Yeah,
need to figure it
you
out.
need to play. You need to figure it out. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you need to get the sound that you like, right? And any pedals? Do
yeah, yeah,
you use any effects or
yeah.
like do you have any favorite
I love
effects? Mhm.
pedals. I love pedals. I think
Oh
that
yeah.
it's very cool, but also it's a very hard responsibility, because are difficult to play, and yeah,
Hmm.
it's difficult and are a total different world. Every one of these. I have a delay,
Hmm.
an analog delay. Yeah, I have a distortion. That's very cool too. I have a
Hmm.
chorus and also a tremolo.
Tremolo. Oh yeah, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, all
That's I'm
guitarists
a
should have this type of pedals. Right? I'm a big fan of
yeah,
chorus as well. I like this watery sound, this ambience
yeah,
in electric guitar. So,
yeah.
and for example, if you are in a desert island and you need to decide either to take an acoustic guitar or electric guitar, so what would you prefer? What would you take?
Oh, okay, that's a difficult question. If I go there, probably I will choose my saxophone.
The saxophone?
But yeah, I don't know.
Oh.
But if I only must to have no, if I only need to bring one instrument, I will choose saxophone because I can hear that without
No, no,
amplification,
no,
you
no.
know.
It's betrayal,
But
betrayal. Okay, you got I mean, you got
yeah.
two instruments, saxophone and something else. So,
Okay,
uh,
yeah, yeah,
so is it
yeah,
gonna be
no,
electric guitar or acoustic guitar?
yeah. That's a difficult question, It's
Mhm.
because of if I know the conditions of the place, okay. If I
Okay.
want to play, for example, for someone else, then I
Hmm.
bring acoustic if
Hmm.
there is no amplification. So, and also
Hmm.
if I want to compose, I really um, decide for the acoustic guitar. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, well, Daniela, I'd like to once again thank you for being my guest today. It's been a
No,
pleasure.
that was a pleasure for me. A
Okay,
pleasure. Pleasure is
don't
mine.
forget to check out her bands, Anna Bar and Dot Drummer on Spotify, and follow her on Instagram at what it's underscore Anna underscore Bar and dot drummer. Is that right?
Yeah, is that right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, thank
Also, don't
you.
forget. Also subscribe here to my Screamdriver YouTube channel. If you're a first-time viewer, don't forget to ring the bell. If you're interested in guitar lessons, by the way, go to my website sergeismusic.com. If you're a beginner or advanced guitarist and you want to improve your technique and become a master, fill out the contact form there to sign up for my lessons. Also, check out my new album, Vintage Concept, featuring Daniela, by the way. There, it's
Yeah,
available now
play
on
that.
all platforms. Follow me on Instagram at Sergei's Music, and all links will be in the description to this video below. And thanks so much for watching. And I'll catch you up later, Daniela. All
Yeah,
right.
for sure. So
Okay.
thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.